This is going to be a market update for the city of Moore, Oklahoma. If you're not familiar, Moore is a suburb on the south side of Oklahoma City. It's about 20 to 25 minutes from downtown Oklahoma City, depending on the time of day and traffic. And today we're going to take a look at two particular pieces of data for the housing market in Moore and talk about what that means for you, whether you are a buyer or seller in the Moore area. If you're thinking about buying a home in Moore, you're going to find this information valuable in how you might be able to structure your offer. And if you're a homeowner thinking about selling your home in Moore, I'm going to give you some tips about helping the home stand out because you really need that in this current market environment. If you're new here, my name is Ben. I'm a lifelong resident of the Oklahoma City metro area and a licensed realtor. I help folks buy and sell houses in this area. If you're thinking about relocating to the Oklahoma City area, or maybe within the Oklahoma City area, if you already live here, then you'll find all kinds of resources down in the description below this video. I've got some free guides linked down there, as well as a few different ways to get in touch with me and have a conversation about your real estate goals. Let's dive into the data here, and the first thing we're going to look at is the average number of days on market in the city of Moore. Now, I'm recording this video the first week of May 2025, and so the most recent data we have is from April because the MLS reports on the first of each month for the previous month's data. So the average number of days on market for April in the city of Moore was 63. Now that is up from the previous month in March when it was 57, and it's even up from January, which is typically about the slowest month of the year in real estate, when the average number of days on market was 51. And you can see going back to September of 2024, we had an average number of days on market for the city of Moore at 24. What does all this mean? Well, typically March, April, and into May is really the time of year when the real estate market starts to ramp up. It's the spring market. People are beginning to make moves this time of year, and it tends to be the busiest. So we would expect to see this line, this graph, going down, but it's going in the opposite direction from what we would typically expect. So what in the world does that mean for the market? What's going on? Well, it means homes are sitting on the market longer than they typically would during the spring market. That's pretty obvious, right? And there's a few reasons for that, in my opinion, and we're going to talk about those reasons today. The other piece of data that I wanted to look at was pending sales. Excuse me. Let's go to pending sales. And again, we're looking at the most recent data, which was from April, and that is sitting at 84. So we had 84 pending sales in April. 84 homes went under contract in Moore. That is down from March, where that number was 99. Now again, being that we are solidly in the spring market, we should expect the number of pending sales in the month of April to be increasing from previous months, not decreasing. In fact, if we go back to April of last year, we had 94 pending sales, which was an increase from the previous month, which was an increase from the month before that, and so on. So what in the world is going on? Well, I think there are a couple of things at play here. One is the fact that interest rates are just kind of stuck really close to 7%. And if you've been paying attention to the housing market, to real estate, to mortgage interest rates, then you know that we've been sitting close to this 7% range for quite some time now. It's been sticky, as a lot of economists like to say. Those rates have just been stubborn and have not come down. They've been hovering around 7. Now we've had a few weeks, a few days within the weeks where rates have bounced down closer to maybe 6.25 or 6.5. But right now the 30-year fixed mortgage rate is sitting at 6.9%. And the 30-year FHA is at 6.29. The 30-year VA is at 6.3. So these rates they're just stuck at a little bit higher level. When you couple that with the fact that the price of housing has not come down, it just makes buying a home that much more expensive. In fact, if we were to look at sales price in the city of Moore. We see that it's actually increased in April. So the average sales price, that's the median, let's go to the average, for Moore is $275,878 in April. And so when you couple increasing home prices with high interest rates getting stuck around that 7% range, and also some economic uncertainty in the market with things like the tariffs that were recently announced, it's just creating a unique situation in the housing market where things are a little bit slower than we would expect. Things are a little more stagnant in this spring market than we would typically expect. So what does this mean? It means if you are a buyer and you are looking for a home in the Moore area, the good news is that you've got more options and you've got a little bit more time. You've got time on your side because homes are not going under contract for the most part right away when they hit the market. We're not seeing the usual feeding frenzy of a spring market that we might expect. So with the average number of days on market being 63, you've probably got a little bit more time to find that perfect home. We're not seeing homes go under contract on average in 2 weeks right now, for example. So you've got a little more time to look around. The other piece of that I want to point out for buyers is that if you see a home that's been on the market for a significant amount of time, maybe it's been on market longer than that average of 63, that's a good indicator that there might be some leverage there in your negotiation, in the offer that you make, because that seller has been sitting on that home for longer than the average number of days in that area. And I promise you, they are feeling it and they are aware of it. So that could be your cue to create an offer that perhaps is a little bit better for you as a buyer than it would be for a home that's been on the market a week or 2 weeks. If you're a seller in this market, it is more important than ever to, one, price the home appropriately. We can't start out way high thinking we're just going to come down as time goes on, because then we end up chasing the market, the listing gets stale, and ultimately you end up netting less on the sale when you do that. The data shows that over and over again. So you've got to price it appropriately, and you've also got to market the home aggressively. Gone are the days of just throwing a sign in the yard and the buyers coming running to bring you offers like we saw in maybe 2020, 21, even part of 2022. Things are different now. And so in order to stand out in this market as a home seller, you've got to have a realtor who is marketing your property aggressively. That means using digital ads. That means getting on the phones in some cases. It's unconventional or perhaps methods that go beyond just throwing the sign in the yard to get the home in front of as many qualified buyers as possible. Those are the two pieces of data that I wanted to take a look at today. Let me know in a comment below this video what your thoughts are. Are you noticing a change or a slowdown in the market right now? Are you thinking about buying and maybe the interest rates have kept you on the sidelines? Or maybe you're thinking about selling, but you're a little uncertain because of what's going on with the market and the economy right now. Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss an update on the Oklahoma City real estate market. That's all for today's update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.